okay and stuff like that, but I didn't think to. And she didn't give us any. She's been jumping up on this box we have right here, and we have a camera in the courtyard. And we're like, she's giving us a show. She didn't give us a show this week. It's going to remind me.
She didn't, but courtyard pigeon did, or the parking lot pigeon. Because we all get the notifications. It's like, oh, we're watching the chicken dance.
And then we get a lot of, I think that car that comes every day, I think it's playing Pokemon Go.
I think so.
Because it stops for a second, and then it takes off. I think it's like collecting Pokeballs or something, and then takes off. I'm like, oh my goodness.
We went to Texas Roadhouse on Friday, and they do, it's just a fun Pokemon. Yeah. They paint the Pokeball on the floor.
I saw it, yeah.
So our server comes up, and she has a Charmander shirt on. I said, your tip is indicative upon, if you can tell me properly, the evolution of Charmander.
Did she?
She goes, I don't know.
Did you know?
And I think her sister's the manager. Oh, her sister comes back and she goes, I'm so disappointed in her. They went out of town to a concert or something, and she's driving through Phoenix, and she goes, here, start collecting stuff. And she goes, I have no idea what you're talking about.
My son wants me to put it on my phone.
I think it's Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my goodness. I wouldn't know. My son does things I don't know. I didn't get that involved.
I don't know, one kid's favorite was Bulbasaur.
I mean, I wasn't bragging or anything, but
yeah, you were.
My Pokemon knowledge.
All right, here we go, guys.
Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
Thank you for joining us this Monday morning on Z93 and Outlaw Country. Now we have Jen Alspach, and she is with the Cocopah tribe. And we also have Mitchell, who is here, and he is with the Marine Corps.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, we have you both here because we're going to be talking about a collaboration where the two entities have joined forces to help protect the environment.
Yes, that's right. We actually just completed a project with the Marine Corps Heavy Equipment Platoon. So the tribe had a section of bank line on the river on our Cocopah North Reservation that required some erosion control and prevention measures. So we were able to team up with the Marine Corps. They came out and laid riprap rock down for us. And so the whole goal was to protect that area from erosion and, just protect all the plant life and the new trail that we have out there.
You guys have been busy out there. I mean, you have this beautiful pamphlet you brought us, but I've been kind of following along, and Rosa Long has been kind of updating me and kind of seeing what's going on there. How big is the stretch of area that you guys are working on?
So the whole area is about 7 acres that we completed this year, and the walking trail is about 1 mile.
Oh, cool.
So it's kind of a more narrow area that covers quite a stretch of riverbank.
That's a big area. So to have the help of the Marines come in is really critical, because I mean, in reality, it's a lot of work, and it can't be done by just a handful of people. The more, the better.
Yes, certainly.
And you're getting individuals in there too who probably aren't really shy about hard work too. When you're looking at some of the projects.
He's like, no way, not one bit.
Now, what kind of role have our local Marines played, Mitchell?
Most of them, they're out there just doing their everyday job, operating heavy equipment, doing what they do best, and getting the job done. There's me out there. I'm supervising, making sure everything's running smoothly. We have motor transport Marines also. They're driving the rock back and forth from the pit to the site, and then we couldn't get it done without any of them.
And how long has this collaboration been underway?
So the project only took about a week to complete.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was just, our initial site visit was only a few weeks before that. So, yeah, they were definitely on it and got it done.
We're not used to projects coming to fruition that fast.
That fast.
Especially when you might be working, again, alongside our military or other government entities, just because there's protocols in place. But that's phenomenal that this really did come together so quickly.
And we're talking about just this phase of the project, because the project has actually been going on since 2001. December of 2001, is that when the first phase started?
So this was about a 2-year project.
Okay.
And so back in 2021, actually. And so we got an initial grant from the Katina Foundation, which does a lot of work with tribes. And so kind of the first step was to clear out all the invasive vegetation that was in the area. And then we installed a drip line irrigation system, got over 1,000 native trees and shrubs planted. And so now, and then we got the walking trail constructed this year, and the Yuma Crossing National Heritage Area constructed that for us.
That's a mile long?
Yes. And then, so, now we're kind of in the maintenance phase, and so this particular project that we worked on with the Marine Corps was a need that we identified this year.
Now let's talk about the restorations are important for the people, the plants, and the animals. What type of animals are native to that particular area?
We have a lot of, you can see coyotes out there in the morning, of course the snakes, a lot of birds. We are kind of targeting a few bird species that are endangered and threatened, trying to bring them back to the area, just like the East Wetlands and the West Wetlands projects. The goals for those projects are very similar to ours.
That's important. These animals are a big part of the ecosystems too, and being able to maintain their numbers is very important. And you mentioned coyotes. Are there beavers out there too?
Yes. Yes, we do have quite a few beavers.
Have they been causing some trouble for you guys?
They do. Yes, we do have to fence all of the trees. Well, especially the cottonwoods and the willows are the ones that they go after. But they are a very important part of the ecosystem, and so once those trees are established, they do a lot for the environment.
Damn beavers.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Well, I remember hearing people sharing some videos from the West Wetlands area too, here in Yuma, and we're like, there's beavers here? Well, it makes sense. There's a large river.
Yes. Yeah, and once they get established in an area, that's why they're so important, because they'll actually create wetlands. And like natural flood irrigation. So that's what we hope to see, further down with the project sites.
And I think our water levels have pretty much subsided back to a traditional normal that we are used to seeing, especially with, the Gila River over the past few months there. Have you really seen any changes in the river over on your side?
Yeah, it was actually nice to see the high river flows, because there's a couple of low areas on the project sites, and we saw those fill up with water, and you can just see the trees and all the plant life and wildlife and coming to enjoy that. So that was neat to see.
Now, you mentioned the walking trail. Is that ready for use?
Yes, it is. We opened it earlier this year in April. And so, anyone that's coming to visit the Cocopah RV and Golf Resort is welcome to check out the trail.
So where does it start? Right at the RV park?
Yeah, it's at the RV park right along the boat ramp.
And it heads which way?
Actually, both ways.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's about half of it that goes west, and then the other half goes east.
Oh, we're going to have to go check that out.
Definitely.
It's always nice when you have those walking. I mean, even with the efforts that the city of Yuma has been doing with, down by the river for the West Wetlands, it's getting further and further towards you guys.
Yes.
Pretty soon, hopefully, maybe they'll connect.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
We'd love to see that. I mean, it's getting closer and closer. If anybody's visited down by the area, I mean, it's not even very far from where you guys have started.
No, not at all. And this is the time of year where people are out there very early in the morning.
Mornings.
I arrived about 5:15 this morning, and it was already light. You could see it here.
Yeah.
So people are getting out, plus trying to beat the heat to enjoy their walks. And it's a beautiful area. Again, the brochures really give us a great visual of all the work that has been taking place down there. Now, if people are interested in following along with this project, but also others that you have going on or perhaps coming up, what's the best way to do that, Jen?
Well, they can check out our YouTube page. It's called Cocopah Now. And so we actually just posted a video with the Marine Corps and all the work that they did. And then also the Cocopah Facebook page is a great place to check out the work we're doing.
And what's the I know you have like the 4 different phases now. What's the next step for you guys with that area?
Well, kind of like the project that we just did, kind of in just identifying needs like the erosion control, continuing to care for all of the plant life out there, maintaining the trail, and then we have other projects planned, larger scale. So
yeah. Are you guys going to be looking for volunteers? I mean, I know we have the Marines that are helping, but if maybe there's some community organizations that would like to get out there and help you guys.
Yeah, definitely. We've already worked with the AWC environmental science students have come out to volunteer with us. So we're always happy to have people that are interested come out and help.
Now, Mitchell, with your particular crews, again, they're doing the job that they're trained that they probably do on a typical basis, just in a different type of environment, maybe. So, like a field trip.
Much different. Much different. We're used to working in the middle of the desert in the sand. You don't really see much vegetation or wildlife at all. And it's a pretty big change for them to go out and work right next to a river, worry about everything around them, the trees that they've planted, any wildlife you might see, the irrigation lines. It takes much more focus for those guys to get the job done.
I know for a lot of our military, both Army and Marine, many of them like to come back and retire here. So that could be something where, we have the current crop of guys that's out there that have been working on that come back here and want to make Yuma their home, and they can take their families there and say, I planted those trees.
Well, and it
I
might
played
be,
a part in that.
It's obviously probably different too, because our area is very unique compared to a lot of areas where Marines come from. So it's probably a lot of different trees and different things that they're seeing when they're out there.
Definitely is. I know a lot of my guys, they talk about coming out here and wanting to retire, so I hope they can take pride in all the work we did with all,
Oh, absolutely.
all that.
Well, and we certainly hope the community gets out there to enjoy the work that they have done,
Most
too.
definitely.
Well, great information. We always appreciate you taking the time to come and visit with us. We know you're really busy, but we love seeing the progress, too, of everything that is...
It's so fast.
Yes.
So fast.
Yes, well, we hope more is yet to come. And
Yes.
again, Cocopah Now, if you'd like to follow them on YouTube, always great stuff. Well, thank you both so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
We are going to take our Village Inn Pizza Parlor selfie out in the courtyard. We'll be back with more of Today in Yuma after this on Z93 and Outlaw Country. The show was brought to you by Never Low Smoke and Vape Lounge, now open at 20